Hello, my name is Fachrico mahardika. I'm from 1A class and I will discuss or give my opinion about the new President Indonesia, Mr. Prabowo Subianto. Mr. Prabowo Subianto was selected as the President of Indonesia in 2024 paired with Mr. Gibran Rakabuming Raka, replacing the previous President Mr. Jokowi. Before becoming a politician, Mr. Prabowo served as an Indonesian military officer. Then he transitioned into a politics by founding the Gerindra Party. He ran for president in 2004 and 2014 and 2019. But Mr. Prabowo was unsuccessfully in years I mentioned. Then he started again in 2024 and successfully become a president. Mr. Prabowo Subianto is the third president with a military background and the oldest president currently in office. President Prabowo has a program that generally helps children's nutrition in school, namely is free nutrition meals or makanan bergizi gratis can spell is MDG program that concerns my discussion about our new president, Mr. Prabowo Subianto. Goodbye. Hello, my name is Fachrico from 1A class in the discussion of adverb of frequency. In slide 1, adverb of frequency. What is adverb of frequency? Adverb of frequency, sometimes called frequency of adverb, tell us how often something happens, or in this case, they can describe verb and adjective, but they can modify other verbs. In slide 2, range of frequency. Range frequency adverb can range in frequency from 100% at the time always to 0 of the time or never. The following table can give something example of different adverbs can give some different expressing the full range of frequency. And the table in slide 3, adverb of definite frequency. Adverb of definite of the frequency describe a specific or exact range of the time for when something. Some common example: yearly or annually, biannually, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, hourly, every minute, every second. And slide 4, a verb of definite frequency. Modified verbs and generally appear at the beginning or end of the sentence. The exception to this rule is the "e" adverb beginning of the sentence. They usually observe a comma. Example: I run 8 meals daily. Every year, our office holds a big raffle for charity. He makes a point of going to his local bar once a week. And incorrect example: how do you need to update me on your progress? In the first sentence, a verb of frequency daily modifying the verb rank appears at the end of the sentence. Since the frequency about every year start the second sentence, a comma is needed if the last sentence is incorrect because a verb ending in "e" should be placed at the end of the sentence. The corrected sentence should be "You need to update me on your progress hourly." And the slide 4, a verb of indefinite frequency. The frequency of verbs that are used most often, however, are adverbs of definite frequency. As the name suggests, they are adverbs that give a sense of frequency but do not specify actually how often something happens or is the case. Unlike definite frequency adverbs, these can modify both verbs and adjectives, but their usage for its difference. And so, 5. Modifying verb. Assuming if they are modifying verbs, the adverb of frequency usually come before main verb in the sentence. And this example, we go incorrect. We go usually to the movies on Sundays. And for example, we usually go to the movies on Sundays. Notice how frequency appears at the end of the sentence in the last example. 13. Frequency adverb usually, sometimes, normally, occasionally, often, and frequently can appear at the beginning or end of a main clause as well as before the verb to modifying. If they appear at the beginning, they are usually but not always followed by a comma. Example: usually I will go to the movie on Sunday, but not this time. He comes up to visit sometimes. Occasionally, I read a romance novel as a guilty pleasure. The adverb always, seldom, rarely, hardly, ever, and never can also appear at the end of the sentence of those. However, they do not go at the beginning unless they are creating a special emphasis, in which case the sentence structure changes. Example: never have a felt so insulted. Really, this she leaves the house empty. Seldom is it that we part on good terms. When never, rarely, and seldom are placed at the beginning of the sentence. The subject and the verb are inverted, as we can see in the above example. Formula adverb of frequency. Formula of adverb of frequency. Adverb of frequency are usually placed between the subject and the verb in sentence. Below is the formula for adverb of frequency, positive and negative sentence. Positive sentence. Positive sentence is subject plus adverb of frequency plus verb plus object. Example: she always eats breakfast in the morning. Okay. Negative sentence: subject plus adverb of frequency plus those aren't those plus not plus verb plus object. Example: he really uses his strength to work. And different tenses. Example: she she often travels when she lives in Spain. Past simple present. And I have rarely seen the sunrise is present perfect sentence. Perfect tense. Sorry. The final example: never is modifying the linking verb the and appears before it. This is always the case if we is used with auxiliary verb. Most of the time, however, a verb of frequency appears after the verb be. Example: that is often the case. This case is always a boy. She was never very friendly. And modifying adjective. A verb of frequency can also modify adjective, in which case they come after the verb be. This is because be is a linking verb not a main verb. And the adverb modifying the predicative adjective that follow a linked verb as associated with it. For example, compare how the adverb of frequency always is used with the main verb. Have the linking verb be in the following example. I always have lunch at the 1 o'clock. In the first sentence, always is modifying the verb have, whereas in the second sentence is modifying adjective late. Putting extra emphasis on be. The only time adverb of frequency come before the verb be when it's not used in auxiliary verb is when be is given extra emphasis in sentence. I never was a fan of his writing. When we read this, we can hear the stress being put on the word was. And this is start of frequency adverb. And this is for 100% to 0%. And thank you for this is my presentation. Bye bye.